So,
Fame. Oh, there is I mark my.
Okay. Holy moly, move. Seralith Dead Veil. Thank you for the share. It's very metal of you. Miami Metal. Hey, how are you? What's up? Not much, actually. I am.
Please, no more. I am sorry. Come no closer.
I am
Oh,
doing DLC.
damage me no further.
In case that wasn't obvious. What's interesting, I think, is the it doesn't look like they've done much in the way of changes in the DLC for map stuff, but I haven't done a whole lot of it yet, so won't know for sure for a bit. Well, it's not how you get the sword. So there's some changes, they just seem a lot more subtle. Oh, nice. That might be new. Guess we're about to find out if they did other changes. Apparently one of the secrets, or one of the ways, is you should always be moving around the DLC at night. to see you getting involved there, Dung Eater. There's going to be something right here. Holy moly, that guy gets hard. Right in your eyeball. Sorry, I got tunneled. No, the armor that I'm wearing is, it's the Remains set. You get that in the base game. I picked up almost nothing that's actually, Oh, the nighttime is because there's stuff that's on that only spawns and can be seen at night in the game. Yeah. So, when you're playing the base game, after you obtain the at least one piece of the medallion, I've just been doing solo. Doing all right. How are you? What was I saying? The base game, the okay, sorry. There are like two things. I'm not sure which one you were making the comments about. This armor is available in Round Table Hold off of a body. When you get a piece of one of the lift, the deck discs are rolled. I forget which one. It'll trigger the Ensha, I think is the name of the NPC, to attack you in Round Table Hold. When you finish that invasion, when you come back, where he was standing outside of what's-his-name's office, there'll be a pile, and that's the armor that you can get. It's different. I mean, the effect of the armor is different between base game and the Convergence. So that's different. What it does in the base game is it automatically heals you when your health is low and you take damage. But the amount that you get healed is based on, like, the less health you have, the more the healing will be, and then it caps out at, like, I don't know, 40% or something. It's a really good armor set, actually, for the stats. Especially as early as you can get it. It's one of the best armor sets. And then in the DLC at night, there'll be larval tears like randomly on the ground, and you'll see all the headstones floating around, and you can tell that it's there because all the headstones around it get really lit up. You can see it from across the map, and you can just run over, grab a larval tear. Let's do this. Spada. Alright, do I have my dung eater? There he is. Oh, I got a guy right there. Large smithing stone. There's a particular kind of smithing stone in the DLC, in Convergence in the DLC for weapons you get from the DLC. So, haven't gotten any of those yet. Hold on. Let's do sacrifice. I'm on a mission. dragon's coming. Definitely change. Oh, I have a level. All right, level. Let's head towards 60 there. Oh, spells. All right. Yeah, that's just not proving to be useful. I want is... Oh, no. Let's go with this. And I'm going to switch that to lightning. Oh, why did I do that? Hey, Jaden English. How you doing? I love how I'm stuck right there. Where's the dragon? There's no dragon here. Okay, alright. Oh. That's not what I expected. Those guys just shooting away. Yeah, necromancer class. Golden extract. What was that? Interesting. Oh. There weren't many changes. Oh, I see. So there hadn't been many changes so far, but now I just ran into the first one. Yeah, you know, I've played with spells from other classes, and it feels like many other classes seem to have a pretty damn effective mega spell, if you will. Like some spell that just is like an absolutely destructive force of nature. And it's going to be some big slam. And Necromancer doesn't seem to have one. I'm not sure that's bad, because Rancor Bolt seems just obscenely powerful. But it doesn't seem to have, like, one spell that's just, like, that's it. Unless it's that, does the explosion right around? Does the explosion, like, all around you? But that seems really dangerous. Because you have to be on top of a mob instead of firing something at it from a distance. Alright. Let's do this.
Warrior pegtail on the front. It would be the full and your... Yes. Now, there you will lamp devour. I will in the name...
Now, when can I capture her? In her quest line. Yeah, I'd say Elden Ring's probably my favorite game right now, Emery. I know that I can get the strongest attack is the ice one. I know I want to get her as a summonable, and I know how to do that. But if I do it right now, I'm going to lose her gear and stuff later. Maybe I don't care about that. In fact, I know I don't care about that. Maybe I should care about that. Oh, hold on. I have to remember. So it's important that you... Hold on. Pastime till nightfall. Oh, it's pretty close anyway. Then we should be able to go back here. What did I name this character? Oh, she's gone. It's funny. Isn't she usually here? Yeah, I've actually got all the mounts. This one at the moment. Oh yeah, graphics are absolutely top notch. Now where'd she go? That's really weird. Yo. Huh. Guess we'll try it again. There she is. Oh noes. Past time until morning. Hold on, gotta do it again. I've been streaming for a few months, and thank you for the good luck wish. Oh, maybe this is one where I have to leave and come back. It's such a weird process to make this thing trigger. Sorry, this is kind of boring to watch, I guess, but just trying to get through this quest so I can pick them up as a summonable. What's going on? Well, so that's it's I think that's a complicated question. Well, okay, it's not a complicated question. I'm going to translate your question to mean what's my favorite build, because there isn't really the concept of a class. Emery, please don't ask me to check out your artwork and connect on Discord and Instagram. Be nice to go at least one day without that happening on Twitch. Maybe noon. I don't know. So, I think my favorite sort of standard build is the Ancient Dragon Lightning build, which is a DLC. It gets finished up in the DLC, although not in Convergence. You get that armor in the base game in Convergence. But that's, I think, the one that's kind of the most fun with Bolt of Grandsax. Now, having said that, I did a build where I used the... There we go, finally. Where I used the Smithscriff dagger.
I have succumbed to that was meant. Forgive me. I have forgone. Go, my lord.
All right, well, that works for me. It was use the Smithscriff dagger and the Dragon Cult incantation, so the Dragon Breath. And man, that was fun. Seriously. It was I did it as a very late, like in new game. I think I did it like in 10 or 11. That was so much fun. Even many of the boss fights were a lot of fun using that build. You have to, build all the stuff for it, but when the Smithscriff dagger just wasn't doing it, the breath weapons just absolutely owned everything. Yeah, that build was absolutely a ton of fun. But in Convergence, the only one I've played is this one, Necromancer. But I will say that the spells that went with lightning are pretty damn cool. Thank you for the follow. Got the fight going on. God, it's gonna hurt. Ow. Aw, come on. What's the point of having a... Alright, Emery. Be awesome. Oof. Man. Alright, let me think. Let me think. I don't know that I'd change any of that, because there may be a better spell. Oh. Let's do a... Instead of that, let's go back to one of my baking spells. Jenna sounds weird. They're actually over here. Alright, this one makes me cast faster. This one lets my pets be early and not take away my health and stuff. And this one, ideally, keeps me alive. Let's see. Let's do a dunk. Nike.
warrior true, if ever one there was. A fellow Drake warrior. Egon. Piteous Egon. Do you not remember? Conjure your past, how once you were, when fear was yet foreign to ye.
Grant me, take this for skate. Summon me, my limb but a draw, and my proskate. Summon me, proskate. Summon me.
All right. Do an arcane build? Yeah, I haven't tried. Well, I've used very little in the way of arcane spells. Oh, all right, that's something. Okay. I think I'm gonna do that guy. Do that. Where's my... the hell? This guy can actually go fight? What's going on here? Oh, that's gonna hurt. That guy is totally useless. The distraction worked. So that's what what those guys are really good at, is distracting. Man, this is supposed to be Erdtree Sentry Shamar is supposed to be one of the best. He's freaking awful. Like half the time he doesn't do anything. Spent that whole fight just chasing the dragon around. It's like, what good is that? He didn't swing at him, he didn't do anything. What time is it? Alright, let's see if we can get Bale in, at least. Holy cow. Does this do it? This does. Right. Where am I level-wise? Up. 36,000. 36,200 actually. 30. $6,200. See how close I got that. Yep. Down to the closest rune. Alright, let's see. You, okay. I'm going to switch to some fire resist. Do I like my spells? Yeah, I think I do. Hold on. Physic. Yeah, I want fire. Do I want? Probably want. Okay, start here. And why didn't it summon Bale?
Curse you, Bale! I hereby vow you
There we
will
go.
rue this day. Behold, a true Drake warrior, and I, God, your fears made flesh. Solid of scale you might be, foul dragon, and I will riddle with holes your weapon hide. With a hail of harpoons, with every last drop of my being.
Ow, 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 ow. Hello. And come on, give it back. There we go. That's what I meant. Soul Steal. There we go. Bale is dead. Ding dong, the Bale is dead.
Bale the Dread! You shall haunt me no longer! Yes!
Bale is dead. Bale is dead. Okay, let's see. Probably want to do is go to back to Egon. That's the closest one. Well, thank you. Okay, so there are a few specific things you can do to increase the damage that your spells do. Keep in mind, I'm doing the DLC, or I'm doing not just the DLC, but I'm doing Convergence mod, so it's going to have some differences. But there's a couple things. The first thing is that the spell, the staff or seal that you use to cast the spell will influence how much damage that does. That's a different system in this mod. So I can't use this mod to show you what I'm talking about, but I can explain it. Are you doing incantations, or are you doing sorceries?
Our dream, my lord, he saw the very warrior, whereas I am fallen. Is that the devil? Told me, whatever you before you, I believe on a mere as one day. Lead me, my good.
All right. Oh, you can do both. So I'll explain then in a more generic way. So hold on, I think this one more. Not the others. Get the other one next time I kill Bale. Ugh. F gross. All right. So when you look at either a staff or a seal, there are two things specifically to look for. One is there's going to be either sorcery scaling or incantation scaling. The item in the hand that you use to cast the spell. So if you do like staff and seal, for example, the staff is where the or the sorcery scaling is going to be taken from. And whatever you use, it should have the highest number. It doesn't matter anything else. You can look at all the other values that are on the sheet. That number tells you which the best one is to cast the spell. There's a tiny caveat which I'll explain in a second, but it's only when the numbers are really, really close and you're casting a specific kind of spell. If you're using two staves, let's say you're doing just sorcery, if you look at the bottom, there'll be additional additional stuff. So I think I can probably show that here. So if you notice, there's a passive effect. That's what it is. So if you look at the passive effect for the meteorite staff in the base game, it'll say enhances gravity sorcery. That bonus is not affected by the level of the staff. It doesn't matter. Level 1, level 10. That number is the same. If it's plus 10%, it's plus 10%. Doesn't matter if you increase the staff. So it doesn't matter what level the staff is. And second, that can be in your offhand, not casting this spell. So if you have 5 different staves, one of which has the highest number, let's say 430, which is about as high as you can get, and you're casting gravity spells like Rock Sling, have the meteorite staff offhand, you'll get that 430 bump plus 10%. Seals work exactly the same way for incantations. Now, here's that special case. If you're doing the thing where you have like staff seal, or you have sword staff, or something like that, where you can only use one staff or seal to cast spells, and you have 2 seals or staves, both of which have a scaling of, let's say, 400. If one of them has a passive effect that increases damage, that's the one you want to use, because for those items you'll get more damage. But they have to be close. Like 430, 415, maybe the passive will be better. But if you're casting both kinds of spells, you probably don't need to concern yourself with that. So if you're doing it's a very common build to use like a katana and a staff. Sorcery works better with dex, and incantations work better with strength, by the way. So if you're doing something like katana staff as a pairing, main hand katana, offhand staff, then you probably just want to use whatever the highest scaling is. Earlier in the game, it's going to be the meteorite staff. But you can't increase the meteorite staff so quickly, everything else gets better. When you get very high level, the best staff is actually the Prince of Death staff, because it scales on int and faith a lot. And so you can get int and faith both up to 80, and the staff gets the highest possible rating on it. Now, you'll notice that that scaling doesn't exist here, because the system doesn't work the same. But that's a different issue. Again, that's because I'm doing convergence. So that's the first way that you can increase damage. The second way is using the right weapon to cast the spell. The second thing you can do is look at your talismans. So you have to look at what the talisman is buffing. My talismans are completely different. Again, this is basically a different game when it comes to this stuff. But you can kind of understand the basic principle. This item, for example, increases all magic damage by 10%. So if you're using glintstone sorcery, for example, that's magic damage. Frost is magic. All of the blue glintstone, all that stuff, that's all magic-based damage. This will increase that damage. Now, it's only going to say increase damage by a massive amount. It's not going to give you the number again. That's this thing. But the gravelstone is what you want to use. That'll increase damage of those spell types. But your incantations will gain nothing from it. So I usually, if I'm doing damage casting, I'm almost always using just sorceries for damage, and the incantations are only for buffs and healing in base game DLC, not in the Convergence mod. The other thing to consider is whether or not you're charging spells. So if you're using spells charged, that is, you hold the button and you go like bam, instead of going bam. If the spell can be charged and you're charging spells, you can use the Godfrey icon and it will enhance when the spell is charged. It doesn't just mean a spell that can be charged. It has to actually be charged. So if you can charge this spell, the Godfrey icon will actually give it a nice boost. So, but you have to decide. If you never charge spells, then having that's not going to do you any good. So those are the primary ways. The second thing is there are buffs. So Golden Order is a buff that you want, and it does like plus 10% damage reduction. It's not really that. It's like 10% whatever. But it reduces the damage that you take, and it increases the damage that you do. I hope that's kind of like a super answer and useful. Alright, Bale is done. And I now have a new buddy to summon. So first, I want to go back down here. I've been playing it too much, too long. Yeah, you're gone. You're useless. Where is...
I see.
Good choice. All right. Now, will you let me strengthen something good now? Yes, you will. Yes, you will. Interesting. I have some goodies too. I have some bell bearings. Egon. Shadowstone. Nomadic Merchant. Now, purchase. Interesting. Keep cranking up items. Oh, I don't have the somber equivalent. That's why. What I need is the somber equivalent. Huh. Well, let's just keep doing the DLC. What time is it? Oof. Getting close. Oh, shoot. I'm trapped. Look at that. It's funny. Oof. Boom. See how she does.
Of my brave
My lady. Mesmer soldier stuff. Wonder if that's good for like the fire. I don't know. Come on. Let's open the gate.
For my noble lord.
This shield's pretty cool. Gives you 1 FP extra generation. Oh man. I've got Phoenix. I should be getting the regen from that too. Oh, there she goes. Go to town. Oh no. Wrong spell. Oh my god. Is he showing up? Where'd you go? Alright. That guy's wicked hard. It's easier on this version, though. Okay, back to this. I don't know if I successfully... Oh, yeah. Of course. Of course, of course. Wolf Crest Shield. Oh. No special. Oh. There's nothing in here, right? Yeah. So let's see. Hey, Thrill. I'm doing all right. How are you doing, Sack? There we go. And I got that death blight build up. Once you get that effect built up on a creature, California, how about you? Once you get an effect built up on them, they take a lot of extra damage from this kind of spell, which is pretty cool. Nice to meet you too. Where are you from? This one, where in the UK are you from? United Kingdom's a pretty big place. Lots of things in it, right? I was talking to someone on my stream the other day who's from the Isle of Man. Let me guess, you have artwork that you'd like to share with me. You'll give me your Instagram and your Discord. Am I warm? I'm not interested. Okay. Why not? Oh, it got hit once. Boom. That's how it's done.
Hello again. Did you meet my quite the doubtless, were it not for this, the work? Wondering about the horns, true enough? Long ago, a cleanse, it's no wonder the horns out of sight, and in this they will never say just happened to, but it's still a Wondering about the true enough? Long ago, a cleanse, it's no wonder that aside, and in this they will never say just happened, but it's still a
I found Mikola. He says the truth of his is evident. Go to in that force.
All right. I'm going to call it a night. Thank you all very much for sticking with me. I hope you enjoyed the experience. Be good to each other. Be excellent. Be awesome. And have a fantastic year. Hopefully I'll see you back soon. Please like, please follow, and I will see you later.